Holy shit, it's working on this channel. Wouldn't work over on Major Tom Films. Okay. Welcome to my humble abode. As you can see, I have some kind of cool lights set up just to capture the little ambiance and essence of who I am, I guess. This is kind of a real talk thing, so uh, I guess I don't really even know where to begin other than to start at a focal point. Um, None of us have a really easy existence in this planet. Some people seem to have it easier than others, and I guess they're what some people might consider blessed. And I think it's just that they're spoiled and they got lucky. I'm not one of those. So I'm not going to start off like where I grew up and all the bullshit that I went through. You can just know that everybody that's listening to this or watching this, we're all damaged people in one way, shape, or form. And I'm no exception. And I'm just going to talk about some things that I go through, and you can relate or not. I care not. Currently, I'm 51, actually, in a week or so. I don't relate to that. Age is just a number for me, basically, because I've never had kids. So I'm still basically like a kid in my head. And I have a lot of fun with that. And my body reminds me that I'm not a kid, uh, probably with every move that I make. Um, I have back issues. I have rib issues. I have high blood pressure, which is controlled. I have hyperthyroidism. Basically, everything fucking hurts. So, cry me a river, right? So, I just get up and do it anyway because, nobody else is going to do it. So, I have to do it. And, uh, and I'm one of those dedicated humans on the planet currently that believe that you just do it. You suck it up, Buttercup, and you just do it. Doesn't matter how much it hurts. You just do it. You push through the pain. That doesn't mean I'm irresponsible with what's going on with me. It just because I go to physical therapy twice a week, I go to acupuncture twice a week, go to chiropractors, get massages. I do all this stuff to try to alleviate the pain. And I've tried to tell people that the type of pain that I'm in, it'll make a grown man who doesn't cry cry. I don't think about it much because I don't want to walk around being a big crybaby or whatever. And I care not what other people think. It's just more about for me. It's like I don't like crying because then my nose stuffs up and I can't breathe and it's it makes me mad. Kind of like when I sneeze. When I sneeze, it's always twice. If it's three times, I'm concerned, but twice, and I usually cuss after the second one at the sneeze because I fucking hate sneezes. I think like they're stupid. I'm sure they have a use. I just haven't figured out what they are other than to spread disease and viruses that people may have. So when I talk to people about my pain, and if I really think about it, I'll tear up because it's the kind that it hurts to do everything. It hurts to roll over in bed. It hurts to get in bed, to get out of bed. It hurts to take a shower. It hurts to turn the wrong fucking way. Basically, there's moments where it doesn't hurt because I'm standing in the correct position. But then I move wrong and it sends shocks through me. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Ugh, you know. Um, so I guess this segment is really about pain and how we deal with it. I'm taking the active approach where I'm going to my doctor and I'm telling him, look, I'm in this pain. And if I'm complaining, I'm a guy that doesn't complain. And this is becoming too much to where I can't live my normal life. I can't do my normal things without it interfering. So they've given me MRIs and x rays and starting to put me through pain management, whatever the fuck that means, all to find out if it works. And it's probably not going to work. And then they'll eventually give me over to a spinal specialist. And that guy or gal, if they're worth their salt, will find out what the fuck is going on in my spine, in my back. And they'll hopefully give a shit enough about me as a human being that's in pain daily, momentarily, every moment, that they'll really look into it and find a solution. A lot of you that know me know that I don't relate to being a human being. I really don't. It's not a joke to me. It's very serious, and I know I'm just in this body, in this shell, on this planet, and trust me, I've really enjoyed it. But I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go back to where I come from. I'm ready to get in the ship and go, man. It's like I am tired of being in gravity. Uh, so I need. That's why I went to become a scuba diver. I go down. Yeah. It's not why, but when I'm in the water, I am weightless and I have no pain. And it's amazing. So, I went through the hyperthyroidism and I was at a customer's house and I was blacked out on the concrete in front of her house. And I'd wake up and I'd get up, and 30 seconds later, I'd be blacked out again. This is where I started. Now, it's a long time before that, but it solidified my loss for faith in humanity. I go in and I tell the lady, I'm like, look, something's really wrong with me. I don't know if I'm having a heart attack or what. And I explained to her my symptoms. And I said, if you find me on the ground, reach into my pocket, pull out my medical card, call an ambulance, and give it to them. That's all you got to do. I said, I apologize. I probably won't be able to finish the stairs on the way down because I'm doing everything I can just to do this little bit left. Oh, God. And she says to me, can't you just do the stairs? And I was like, fuck you people. Really? Are we that uncaring of a human race in Riverside that you're not listening? Number one, you're not fucking listening to anything that I said. All you care about is you. And then I look around on Instagram and Facebook and a couple other social platforms, and I'm looking at all these women that throw themselves out there with wearing next to nothing, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, is everything that you're doing just to support your insecurities and your ego? Like, have you lost self-respect, what it's like to be a woman, to be whole, to be loving, to be kind. Who who damaged you? And why do you feel this need to fill a void that can't be filled? Honestly, the only one that can fill the void is you. So, hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm probably just talking to myself on this thing anyway. That's fine. It's like a self help, whatever video. I just look at this and yeah, they're hot and I like their photos and stuff. But the other side of me says, Jesus, what's wrong with you ladies? Like, if you're that hot, well, I guess maybe they're making money at it. Okay, that makes sense because I know, for the most part, women do love money. They love shopping. They love everything that comes with it, and I can't fault them for that, or how they get it. That's their choice. Um, and then I get these messages from, oh god, I get these messages from these supposed uh, influencers. So an influencer, from what I understand, is somebody who uh, is supposed to sell products based on all this platform of hotness that they have on their site. This is just Instagram that I'm talking about. And I'm looking at them like, I'm not seeing a lot of products on a lot of them. Some of them I see legitimate products that they're holding up in their picture, and it's a really hot girl, and somebody's going to zoom in and say, "What's she holding?" They'll move out and buy the shit. So that makes sense from a business perspective. But a lot of them are just a lot of really scantily clad women, and I'm like, okay, who are you influencing? A, why are you reaching out to me in a private message and just saying hello? And then I go there, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's a pay to play kind of site to see their naked pictures. And I'm like, are they stupid? Do they not realize that porn is free and any of us can go and watch it without paying? I I guess they're out there looking for the gullible guy, and I'm not it. I usually just have fun with them, and I play games with them because it's entertaining for me. I'll tell them I work for Homeland Security, and their account is now under federal watch program, and they kind of get freaked out, and then they disappear. They change their Instagram, and they probably reopen it under another name 5 minutes later. But for me, it's just like I turn the tide off because I'm like, you're not going to take something from me, and I'm old enough to have been through this bullshit, been married and divorced twice, been through many relationships, usually a couple of years long, each of them. Um, I loved passionately each one of them, and just as easily walked away. Um, I've always been the one to leave. I think I got left, did I? Once when I was younger, 16. And so from then on, I was like, nope, nobody's ever going to leave me again. I'm going to leave them first. Probably not even a mental, I mean, a actual thought. It was more of a subconscious choice. Getting back to the story on the hyperthyroidism, I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I left the customer's house and I went and dropped my trailer equipment at the yard, and I drove back home, and I went inside and I took a shower, cleaned up, and I packed an overnight bag. And then I drove over to Corona Regional Hospital, which I will never recommend to anybody, by the way. Let that be your public service announcement. Um, and I went inside to the ER and I told him I think I'm having a heart attack. Um, every time I stand up and walk across the room, my heart's beating at 140 beats plus per minute. And I'm literally not going across the room, just across the room, not going upstairs or anything. Um, you know, credit to myself. As I was in there, I made friends with a really tall, really good looking model actor slash nice guy, um, and was connecting him to my filmmaking uh, business because he had the look. And here I'm thinking there's something really wrong with me, but I'm still continuing. I'm not stopping who I am or what I do. They kept me in the hospital overnight. Um, my girlfriend at the time brought her daughter out to see me, and it's really hard because you don't know what's wrong with you. You can't give answers to anybody, and people live for answers. Uh, the part of what I do in filmmaking is to give them answers. So I do a lot of research behind what I do, and some of it is just like I'm telling a fun story, like a campfire story. But the other stuff that I'm writing is about giving answers and answers to really hard things. So I'll talk about that later. After being in the hospital overnight, and they ran every test that you can possibly think of uh, on my heart, on my body, on my system, except for the one blood test that would have told them what was wrong. And that's where I fault them. Take the goddamn blood test and check everything before you run all these fucking tests that you can now charge the insurance company for and make a lot of money. They see somebody coming in like me at my age and they're like, oh, cash cow. Fuck them. Fuck Corona Regional and every other hospital that thinks like this, because they also have lost their humanity and they act like they're a good place. They're not a good place. There is, from the top down, from the management of the hospital, the CEOs, everybody in charge, the doctors, all the way down. Somebody comes in with these symptoms, you run them for all the money that you can get, because a simple blood test would have told them that I had hyperthyroidism. They didn't take that. If they did check the blood test, they didn't look at it. If they did look at it, they ignored it long enough to get the MRI, the CT scan. I don't know what all the shit that they did. It's like they did enough to bill the insurance an awful lot of money, and I think that's criminal. So I get out of the hospital, and they assign me to a cardiologist, and I think a liver or a kidney. I think it was a kidney doctor, because I was showing damage in both of them. Cardiologist in Riverside, he's a piece of shit, and that's putting it lightly. He's a real piece of shit. You know why he's a piece of shit? Because after he ran all of his tests and he says to me, oh, your heart's fine. And I looked at him, I said, oh, really? I brought my sister in with me because I'm like, you gotta meet this guy and see what a piece of shit this guy really is. I said, what's wrong with my heart then? Nothing. It's fine. I said, really? So why is it doing this? Oh, your heart's fine. So he's a piece of shit because he doesn't think outside the box, and he doesn't sit there and look at me as a human being and say, you know what, let me dig into this. I'm a doctor, man. I'm a fucking cardiologist. Let me look into this. Let me find out what's really wrong with you and give you an answer. Instead, he limits himself to just looking at the heart and not thinking critically about anything else. Kidney doctor, on the other hand, oh, by the way, I went 9 months undiagnosed. I think it was 9 months. It was a long time. If you go 9 months with your heart racing out of your chest and you are not able to be yourself, you're not able to go hiking, you're not able to go biking, you're not able to do shit. In fact, in your business, you can't even do the work. You have to hire helpers to do it now. Where were a person who did everything, always had. That's a big rug to pull out from under somebody that likes working. So 9 months, undiagnosed. Every single day you think you're dying. It's pretty fucked up. It's fucked up not to know. A simple blood test would have told them exactly what it was on day one. But if they did that, they would have to admit that they made a mistake and some errors in judgment because they needed money. And I was a cash cow. So please understand that Corona Regional Hospital can kiss my fuzzy ass forever. Kind of like Moss Brothers. It's a different subject altogether, but Moss Brothers in Riverside. I went in there, given the benefit of the doubt, told them, look, I used to work for Hadley Auto Transport. I used to deliver your cars here. We used to get manufacturer costs for your vehicles, so I know how much they're worth. So don't dick me around. I have really good credit. Gave me to a cheese ball sales guy. Just you can smell the cheese when you walk in his office. It's like Famunda cheese. If you know what that is, you're old. Uh, and I don't have to explain it. He tries to give me a vehicle at full cost at I want to say 7.25%. And I'm like, hey, nice to know you later. Because I walked in with 750 score on my credit, and I'm like, you're not going to charge me my credit score in a percentage of interest just because you want to make more money. Again, the loss of humanity. Um, Salespeople, make your commission, but don't fuck people over. Be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I was a good person today. I didn't take advantage of somebody when they shouldn't have been. I don't think anybody should be taken advantage of. Unless they're asking for it and they're, in a bar or something. And I mean, literally asking for it. But long story short, not really. I'm going to keep going. I was in the shower tonight, and I was taking a really nice shower under a brand new shower head that I bought. And I've been playing around with my Amazon Echo and the lights that came with it that I can turn on or off by talking to. I can't say her name too loud because she's listening. And in the shower, just like, I need to just talk, So I don't want to just talk to just anybody. So I figured, okay, I'll do a live stream. Cool. See what happens. But it's just me talking. I'm an incredibly passionate person about many things. I have a lot of talents. And I'm tired. And I'm ready to go back to space. Andromeda system has called my name. So if I do suddenly disappear off the planet, you guys have no question in your head. That's where I went. I'm tired of these cracked and chapped thumbs. That fucking sucks. I'm tired of these cracked and chapped feet. Ah, that one was bleeding last week, and it was an open wound, and I was walking on it, and every step hurt. Oh, oh hang on. Oh my god. Oh, I want a new spine. Tired of the fucking fatness, It's like coronavirus, whatever, but it's also me being lazy and eating ice cream instead of healthy foods. I'm tired of being not poor. I'm not definitely not poor, but I'm tired of like having a brilliant brain to write amazing stories that should be in Hollywood with 10 and 20 plus $1 million budgets. And here I am living in a little shitty room, like 12 by 10. It's not that big. But you can see I have good inspiration behind me at all times. And yeah, there's butterflies too. So whatever. Ugh. In a, you know, it's not a bad house, but it's honestly it's a shithole. It's not Beverly Hills. It's not what I deserve. It's not where I'm going. Yeah, in the ghetto, and I also don't mind the ghetto because I get along with most people unless they're assholes like the neighbors over there. And fuck those guys. Not everybody, but for the most part, fuck them. I have zero patience on the road. Anywhere I go, I'm in a hurry. Get the fuck out of my way. If you don't get the fuck out of my way, I'm gonna go around you. If I go around you, don't speed up because you're just being a dick, and you'll just piss me off. And neither of us want to see road rage come out of me. Get out of the left fucking lane. Don't lollygag. If you do want to lollygag, stay in the right lane where all the trucks are, and lollygag all you fucking want. Don't play games with people. People suck, and they'll kill you, and it's stupid. Just do your own thing. Stay out of people's way. If you're afraid to drive, don't drive. Get an Uber. Let them have to deal with it. I really like these lights. Yeah. I love telling stories. That's what I live for. There's nothing on this planet, very few things on this planet that I'm happier about, or excited about, or passionate about than when it comes to telling stories. I don't really know why. All I know is that when I get together with my friends, who some are actors, some are directors, and we put together a project, either an idea that I came up with or a story that was written by me or somebody else, and we do it. We don't just talk about it. We fucking implement it, and we do it and we finish it. During that time, I have pain, but I also have more energy than I ever do. And that's probably why unions were created in the film industry, because people like me will kill people. We're not intending to, but we will work people to the bone. And because we're excited. That's it. That's no other answer. We're excited and we will work people to the bone. And we have to be reminded to eat and drink, you know, and take breaks because we don't. It's like a dog with lockjaw on a bone. We don't want to let go. In other words, we don't want to stop until it's done. Um, and I am guilty, and I have been yelled at by professors at RCC for not yelled at, but definitely talked to for running a film crew for 21 hours straight. And yeah, that happened. There's no getting around that. It's in a canyon, 21 hours for a 9.5 minute film. Actually ended up being like 26 hours, 28 hours. Because the next night we had to go back and shoot some more to get the pickup shots. Revenge of the Lizardfish is the film on Amazon Prime. If you care to look it up, make sure you rate it, because otherwise you suck. If all you do is watch it, you're not helping the filmmaker. That film was written out of spite. I was, excuse me, I was acting as a manager of sorts for a local band called Lizardfish. The lead singer and I had a falling out because I'm German and you don't get to try to own me. Nobody does. I own me. That's it. My parents don't own me. My friends don't own me. My girlfriends don't own me. And certainly not some really talented piece of shit lead singer in a band. So we had a falling out and I fired him and I quit and I said, "You're on your own." And then later I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to make a movie with their name in it. So Lizardfish turned into Revenge of the Lizardfish. I created a creature and characters around that idea. And I've always worked that way with my writing. I've taken just maybe a title or an idea, and then I create a story around the damn thing. And that's my style. And if people don't like that, I can kiss my ass, because I'm not changing my style. It works for me. I mean, look at that crap. That's dry skin. Like, what? How do you get dry skin on one knuckle? I don't know. Don't get old. I don't recommend it. It sucks. Like, things, you know. I'm still incredibly sexual. That never went away. I hope it doesn't, because like I've always been that way. Like that would for me be the end. But other things, Jesus. Crusty knuckle? Is that a thing? Crusty feet, crusty fingers. Really? Now this stuff, I'll show you again. This stuff is probably due to the chemicals that I deal with in my business. And it's not that I refuse to, I just don't wear gloves. I kind of wear masks either. Yeah. Yeah. If my customer wears a mask, I'll wear a mask. Other than that, I can't breathe the thing. Ugh. I don't think it's safe to breathe your own breath all the time. Your oxygen levels definitely deplete. That's another subject. Coronavirus. Every time I cough, I say that. Oh shit, that's a spider right there. Goodbye. Yeah, you're dead. Bye. All right. If you get a chance, watch My Octopus Teacher on Netflix. If it doesn't make you cry, you're not a human being. Also, Ratched on Netflix. Oh my god. Cinematically, color wise, angles of camera, acting, actresses, actors, holy fucking shit. What an amazing thing that they put together. And I'm sitting there with a critical eye looking at everything, waiting for a problem. There's no problem yet. I'm only in episode 1, but Jesus, really good. Same girl from The Witch. The fuck was that called on Netflix? The Witch one. Can't remember, but she was annoying in that one. This one, she's amazing. She's like, oof. Yeah. So I'm covering a lot of bases here, but the point is, there's no point. Yeah, there's no point. Don't get old. If you're young, don't do stupid shit. Remember, your bones will not be the same if you fuck them up when you're young. Don't drink and drive. Don't get in accidents. Don't do crazy stunts. Don't skateboard. I mean, I know it sounds like, God, I have to tie my hands behind my back. No, but have fun. Just be safe. Don't take chances because you're gonna pay for it later. Sorry, not really. I just it's 12:30. Fuck, I have to get up in the morning. All right, I'm done. I'll do it again if you guys care. 36 minutes of me bullshitting. There you go.